So hey guys, it's Will or Rage here and welcome to a brand new video. So if you guys remember seeing the leaks, you might remember seeing skill-based matchmaking in a little corner of the screen. Today I'm going to be looking at skill-based matchmaking, how it could work in the upcoming title, and how it could change your experience in comparison to factions using Naughty Dog's philosophy, design philosophy.
Bro, I am a god. Like, I am a god.
So skill-based matchmaking has become a really controversial subject recently in gaming. But what is it exactly? Well, it's when players are placed into online matches against people that have a similar skill level. This is in contrast to connection-based matchmaking, which prioritizes placing players with a similar connection, speed and latency together. So I imagine you're asking, how do games measure skill? Well, it's done by comparing a player's stats to the average of every other player. KD is probably the most known statistic for skill-based matchmaking, as you know, a higher KD suggests that you have more skill than someone with a lower KD. But due to things like execution stealing, developers have taken other things into consideration, like the average amount of headshots you get per game versus the average headshots everyone else gets per game. And I think we can all agree that someone that actually gets downs through headshots is more skilled than someone that gets downed by purely just body shotting or comboing. Also, it's not just downs and executions. It could be used with healing, reviving, and crafting. So players with a support playstyle would also be separated by their skill level. So ELO is a measurement used to place players into various ranks. It's a term taken from chess, but has been used in a huge amount of multiplayer games like Overwatch and League of Legends. When you win matches, your skill rating increases, allowing you to climb different ranks, and when you lose, don't gain points and can even have points subtracted. This is your visible skill rating, but there is also a hidden measurement called matchmaking rating, or MMR. This MMR looks at your performance across matches and applies a multiplier if you're judged to have performed well. So if you've carried, for example, in 3 matches but lost them, when you finally win a match, your skill rating gets a boost as you've been performing above average. This nicely leads us on to qualifying and placement matches. In order to get a skill rating, you have to take part in several placement matches, so the system can accurately place you in a rank. Once again, your averages are compared to the global player base, and both a skill rating and MMR are assigned to your player account. So essentially, skill-based matchmaking takes stats from your games and compares them to that of other players to assign you a rank. Once in your rank, you can go on a grind to climb up as the system matches you with harder opponents. And you can actually drop down as well if you don't perform to the standards the system expects. So now we know how skill-based matchmaking works. The next question is, why do we have it? If you're thinking it's because it leads to better matches or that there's an incentive to find out who the top ranked players are, well, you're only half right. The main reason developers use skill-based matchmaking is to stop players from leaving the game. I've heard a lot of people say that when Last of Us Part 2 multiplayer launched, that factions veterans are going to destroy everyone. This isn't going to happen if skill-based matchmaking is implemented into matches. Naughty Dog has invested time, resources, and money into the game under one of the biggest brands in the gaming world, and they'll be doing everything they can do to get new players hooked and playing the game for years to come. Skill-based matchmaking will mean that factions veterans and sweats will only see newer players in 1 or 2 games before their skill ratings and MMR whiz them off to fight against other tryhards. The reason skill-based matchmaking is used is to stop players farming noobs. If you think Factions 2 is going to be an easy ride, I'll think again.
Door stuck! Door stuck! Please!
Okay, so let's in fact look at the pros and cons of skill-based matchmaking in Factions. As I'm a positive person, as you guys might know, I'm going to start with the pros. Right, so number 1 is the games will have players that are roughly of the same skill level. This will mean every match will be really competitive and we'll have less people ruining matches by going 007, right? Number 2, a rank mode will let people really grind the game and get lots of satisfaction for moving up the ranks, as well as being able to boast to their friends about who is definitely the best. And I'm afraid that's all the positives. If you can think of more, please drop them in the comments, as I'd love to hear your opinions. But for the cons, right? So we got comebacks. RIP comebacks. Obviously getting comebacks against people that are evenly skilled or just as good as you are is pretty much impossible, right? And number 2, we got sweat. Every game is going to be extremely sweaty. For me personally, I enjoy sweaty matches. Not all the time, so for every match to be extremely sweaty, I see that as a con, right? So number 3, we got wait times. If you're a top or low rank, there'll be less people you can be in matches with, so the queue times are going to be much longer. So number 4, we have friends. If you have a friend you like playing with, you better hope they get placed around the same skill rating as you, or it's very unlikely you're going to be able to queue together. Number 5 is Smurfs. So you guys might know that on PS4 or even in our lobbies there's a lot of Smurf accounts. These are people that go on to make a new account and act as if they're low levels when they aren't actually low levels, right? So a Smurf is someone that has a high rank who uses a low ranked account to farm low levels. In this case, skill-based matchmaking won't be able to detect that it's a good player and they just go and farm noobs. Number 6 is boosting. Boosting is when people pay someone to get their account to a higher rank. Yes, this is a thing and it's become really common in games with ranks and ranked modes. It not only means you get a Smurf in your game, but then the players don't belong in your rank and go 007, losing you the game and skill points. Number 7 is language.
Your American accent is like a garbage. Osama Bin Laden wing. Bruh.
I know this sounds like an odd one, but in a team-based multiplayer, it's really important to have people that understand what language you're speaking. And in continents such as Europe, with lots of different languages, players will be at a huge disadvantage if their opponents luck out and all speak the same language, as matchmaking is concentrating on skill and not location. So what's the alternative? Well, it's connection-based matchmaking, and this is what Factions currently uses. Connection-based matchmaking focuses on the quality of gameplay experience, not the quality of opponent. This means that it tries to match players based on connection and language over their skills. The idea is we have lag-free matches with fast queue times between people that speak the same language. But you're probably wondering why you encounter so much lag in Factions anyway.
It's me, Carl. Chill.
That's because the game is dead, bruv. So Do we have to choose between skill-based matchmaking or connection-based matchmaking? Well, probably not, and here's why. Once again, we're going to look at Naughty Dog's previous multiplayer games to see how matchmaking might work in The Last of Us Part 2's multiplayer. We've already seen a design philosophy for competitive play from Naughty Dog and how they implemented a ranked mode. They had 3 core ideas, and to be fair, they actually delivered on them. A competitive mode, a climbable ranking system, and player rewards for being in ranks. I think we can all imagine and expect the same style being implemented in the upcoming faction sequel, and furthermore we can expect a less sweaty unranked mode that uses connection-based matchmaking for those that don't like long wait times or having to play sweat fests without their friends. Here we can see Naughty Dog used placement matches and something called qualifiers. These were matches that allowed you to move up and also down the ranks. You can also see that in an unusual move for a game developer, Naughty Dog included an MMR system that ranked personal performance with bonuses and penalties. They also gave exclusive skins and emblems to different ranks, and we can expect to see that in Factions 2 as well, hopefully in a bigger and better way. In my previous video, why you shouldn't be worried about Factions 2, which you can see here in the top right corner, I explained how Naughty Dog have a design philosophy, where they use systems from their previous games and try to improve upon them. I strongly believe that a ranked mode in TLOU 2 would be similar to Uncharted 4, but with much more complexity. However, there's some issues around skill-based matchmaking and ranked modes that Naughty Dog still have to figure out. Firstly is, will there be forced or optional voice chat? One of the new PS5 features which seems to have gone under the table is that every DualShock has a built-in microphone, so you can talk to people without a headset, and every PS5 owner will have one. The question is, will we be able to mute, or will Naughty Dog try and force us to communicate with our teams? Let me know in the comments section what you think, as this could be a really big issue for all PS5 games. The next thing they have to work out is the meta. So the meta means the best perks and guns available. So for example, take the scenario where 2 players encounter each other and they have the same skill level. It's most likely that the person or the player using the meta is most likely to win. If Naughty Dog doesn't regularly nerf and buff guns and perks, the game will quickly become stale as everyone will begin to use the same things in ranked games. We also have the issues of parties and no parties lobbies for connection-based matchmaking. I think we can expect to see these things being combined into one thing, called quick play for example, so that the player base isn't segregated further. Once again, I think this may be controversial as some people hate playing against players in a team whilst the others love it, such as myself. We also know that Sony is allowing party chat to be cross-play between PS4 and PS5, and with their investor report saying that the PS4 will be the main console for the next 3 years, we can expect to see cross-play in Factions 2. Higher frame rates on the PS5 will give those players a huge advantage, and Naughty Dog will have to find an acceptable solution to this that doesn't involve splitting the player base. We also have the issue of alt accounts. It's free, quick and easy to make an alt account on the PS4, and this will lead to lots of difficulties for Naughty Dog. Firstly, it's possible that players will get as high as they can on leaderboards and then camp there by playing on an alt account instead of playing on the account in a way of not risking losing points. As seen in other games, some people will love deliberately throwing games and ruining our experience and wasting our time. Then there's the issue of player abuse. Sexism, homophobia and racism has no place in our games or on this channel. Naughty Dog needs to implement a report system for cheaters and abusive players that actually works and is fair and fast. So there you have it, guys. Skill-based matchmaking is going to be in Factions 2, and hopefully we can see a ranked mode and a report system alongside a classic quick play connection-based matchmaking mode. I'm so excited to be able to grind a ranked mode and play with channel members and friends in a quick play mode. The streams are going to be lit as always, and I hope you all continue to offer me this overwhelming support as a hacker man goes ham on the ladder. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy and peace.